So I thought I'd do a video on 5 things that every magician would need. I ended up filming 6. Hey everyone, Stephen here, and in today's video I thought I would share with you 5 things that every magician needs over the summer period. So if that sounds interesting, just keep watching. Alright, so in today's video I thought I'd share with you 5 things over the summer period that every working magician would need. Some of these will be very obvious, but some of these you may not think of, so let's see what number 1 is. Alright, so coming in at number 1 is a holiday. Alright, so a holiday, I hear you say, it's a bit of a contradiction. What do magicians need over the busy period? A holiday, like, how does that work out? So let me explain. So over the summer period, things do get really busy for any kind of magician, whether you're a kids entertainer, wedding magician, close-up magician, family entertainer, things do get busy. So one of the things to save you preventing creative burnout is to go on holiday, take time off, go away somewhere. Every year around about this time I do take time off. Recently I went down to Cardiff and Bristol. If you want to see a little bit more about that, there's a little tag up here. And then after the summer period I'm going to have another couple of days where I go somewhere else. So it's always really important to do things like that just to prevent your creative burnout, prevent you from missing out, and also it gives you stories that you can try and incorporate into your show. But as well as that, it saves you having that fear of missing out syndrome, or FOMO. So you'll be seeing on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all these kind of amazing adventures that your friends and family are having, and you'll start to feel that you're missing out. So one tip that I always do is before a big busy season, I always try and take a couple of days where I go somewhere, have a little adventure myself. Alright, so coming in at number 2, we have a lightweight suit or a lightweight costume. So over the summer period, things do get a little bit warmer, so I always do try and wear a suit that's a little bit more lightweight. Always, you know, I've started travelling to gigs in civilian clothing and then getting changed just so my suit's fresh. And also it's not uncomfortable for me to travel in. So I always recommend having a lightweight outfit for the summer because it will prevent you from being uncomfortable. And most importantly, it'll stop you from being sweaty. So no one likes a sweaty magician. Alright, so this is the part of the video where we have a little life update where I talk about myself for a little while. So over the last week or so, I've done a couple of exciting things. The first thing that I've done is I went and watched a wrestling show. So I was at a wedding during the day, and then I finished the wedding and I went to the Iron Girders gym, which is in Glasgow's East End. And one of my best friends was debuting on that show as a wrestler, so I went and supported her. She done really well. I'm really proud of her. You know, it's been a couple of years in the making, and it was lovely. As well as that, she even signed a picture. She wrote "To Magic Man." So yeah, this is going up on my wall of shame. As well as that, I've been at a couple of weddings as well. I went to a wedding of a friend. I was working at it, but it was good to see that he had finally got married after postponing it for a couple of times over lockdown. As well as that, I took a little trip down to Gretna Green to the Smith Hotel. This was an interesting gig. I had a lovely meal before it. I'll put a little photo on the screen. There we go, some lovely food porn for you. But yeah, the meal was lovely. You know, I had a steak sandwich. It was more like bruschetta, but it was really good. It was really weird because even though I had travelled an hour and a half to this event, basically everybody that was there stayed pretty close to me. There was a guy that stayed 2 streets away, which was really strange. So a little bonus tip here, always be on. You'll never know who you'll meet. You know, like, that's someone that is local and it could lead to more potential work. So no matter what gig you're doing, where you're doing it, how far you've travelled, always be polite, courteous and professional, because you never know, that could be your next client. Alright, let's get back to that list. Alright, so coming in at number 3 we have... I dropped it, let's try that again. So coming in at number 3 we have some deodorant. So this is a topic that's discussed way too much within the magic community. Every magician should carry some deodorant with them. So whether you're performing close-up or you're on stage and you're dealing with the client beforehand. So make sure you have some of this. This is Lynx Africa. Lynx Africa. Because you want to smell like 2006. So over the summer, obviously it gets a little bit warmer, you're more inclined to sweat because you're out in the sun, and it's always good to just give yourself a little scoosh, make sure you're all fresh, because you don't want to be that magician who lost a booking because he was stinking. Alright, so coming in at number 4, we have some sunglasses. Okay, so the fourth thing that every magician needs is obviously sunglasses, and there's a couple of reasons for that. The first one is, if you've got a really good pair, nice looking pair of sunglasses, you turn up to the gig, walk in with your sunglasses on, you'll look an absolute legend, and you'll probably smash the gig. But on a more serious note, you know, it's pretty obvious, if you are performing close up, I recommend that you don't keep them on. But, you know, it'll help when you're travelling, when you're driving in the car, you'll be able to see where you're going. It'll also prevent you doing this, because you can't see. This is something that, you know, it can create a lot of lines and stuff like that, so save your money on anti-wrinkle cream. Also, you're looking a little bit stylish, and that's really important. You know, looking the part is very important of being a magician. That's something I can talk about in another video. I can talk about how being a magician and how you should look when you're in public in a non-magic environment. If that is something that you'd be interested in, leave a comment down below. Alright, so I thought I'd just give you a little bonus as well. Another thing that I recommend is this. This is sun cream. You know, it's obviously stating the obvious. However, it is really important to look after your skin. I always recommend that you use a moisturiser as well on your face. And make sure you use one that's got a SPF, because that will save you putting on additional sun cream. So you can just do that in the morning when you leave. But yeah, it's really important, you know, like, you're going to be outside a lot, and you may not realise it, so always make sure that you have some sun cream as well. That's a little bonus tip for you, just for watching this video. Thank you. Alright, so coming in at number 5, we have some new material. Alright, so this is a really important one, and you know, this is something that I do every year. I always try, when it starts to get busy, I always try to have a new trick. There's a couple of reasons I'll do that. The first reason will be because it'll save me getting stuck in a rut and just doing the same stuff over and over again. You know, as much as I love my main routine, you know, I need to make changes to make it fun. You know, with that routine, I change the pattern, I add jokes in, I take jokes out, I take wee bits of the tricks out. I'm always tweaking it. But as well as that, you know, it can still feel kind of stale. So what I'll always do is I'll have a couple of new things that I'm working on. It helps with kind of broadening my repertoire. So what tricks am I working on this year? So what tricks am I working on over the summer? I've done a full video on some of the things I'll be doing after lockdown. These are mainly the tricks I'm going to be road testing. As well as that, recently I purchased this. This is called the Queen's Nose from Mark Bennett and Matthew Wright. It's a great wee revelation of a card, basically, that incorporates a coin. Now, I have performed this. I performed it recently at a wedding in Gretna. When I was at that wedding, I done the full routine with the classic cards. It was really fitting because it was the Jubilee weekend. But also I've performed it just basically using the coin. You know, do the card trick, do the coin, no story, just do it kind of really quick, really fast. Yeah, it's really amazing reaction, so I do recommend that you check it out. Another reason to add in some new material is it's going to be really busy over the summer period for you, so that'll give you lots of places to road test these tricks. So there we have it. That is 5 things that I feel that every magician needs. If you are a magician, comment down below with anything that you think over the summer season we will need. And if you have enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a wee thumbs up. Click the subscribe button and switch the notification bell on, so every time I post a new video you do get notified. And over the next week or so I've got a couple of fun adventures coming up, so I will be sharing them in future, so click that big ugly subscribe button. That light just went off. That is the end of the video, and I will see you sometime later. Good night. Bye.